Throughout modern Middle Eastern history, some leaders have relied on preemptive or surprise military actions moves that have shaken the region's stability and drawn international attention. Saddam Hussein is often remembered for his legacy of aggression, but it's time to take a closer look at Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's similar pattern of military assertiveness. Let's start with Saddam Hussein. In 1980, he launched an unprovoked invasion of Iran, sparking an 8-year war that left over 1.5 million people dead. A decade later, in 1990, he invaded Kuwait, a country that had actually helped finance Iraq's previous war effort. This move triggered the Gulf War and led to a long-term U.S. military presence in the region. Saddam's actions were driven by territorial ambitions and a determination to shift the balance of power toward Iraq, regardless of the human cost. Now let's examine Benjamin Netanyahu. As Israel's longest-serving prime minister, Netanyahu has overseen or authorized a series of covert and overt military operations. These actions, while often carefully calculated, reveal a pattern of surprise aggression that deserves greater scrutiny. Take the Six-Day War in 1967, for example. While the Israeli government was then led by Levi Eshkol, the military doctrine that Netanyahu continues to endorse was already in play. Israel launched a preemptive airstrike on Egypt, wiping out its air force. Although this was justified by fears of encirclement, the proportionality and necessity of the attack remain controversial. During that same conflict, another incident stands out: the USS Liberty. Israeli forces attacked this American intelligence ship, killing 34 U.S. servicemen. Israel later claimed it was a case of mistaken identity and issued official apologies, but the motivations behind the attack are still debated today. In recent years, under Netanyahu's direct leadership or influence, Israel has carried out targeted killings in Iran. Multiple Iranian nuclear scientists, including Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, have been assassinated. There have also been missile strikes and sabotage campaigns against Iranian radar, missile, oil, and nuclear facilities. These operations usually occur without international authorization and in many cases during times when Iran posed no immediate threat. Israel often frames these preemptive actions as necessary defense against existential threats. However, many observers see them as illegal, extrajudicial measures that escalate tensions and risk broader conflict. If I compare the strategies, Saddam Hussein and Netanyahu both acted on the belief that surprise and military superiority could reshape the region to their advantage. Saddam used conventional and chemical warfare, launching full-scale invasions. Netanyahu, by contrast, favors high-tech, covert operations and precision strikes. But in both cases, there's a clear willingness to bypass international norms in pursuit of national security goals, often at the expense of civilian lives, diplomatic trust, and regional stability. It's not about equating Netanyahu with Saddam or Hitler, but it is about demanding a serious international conversation on the unchecked use of military force by state actors in the name of preemption. No country should be above international law, regardless of its alliances or historical grievances. To prevent future escalations and greater instability, we must hold all nations, including Israel, accountable to global standards. That means putting diplomacy before F-35s and dialogue before destruction. Only then can we hope for lasting peace in the region.